France's embassy in Iraq sits in a house stolen from Jews. The descendants of two Jewish brothers, Ezra and Khedouri Lawee, are suing the French government whose embassy in Baghdad was originally their family home. Interviewed in the Globe and Mail, Philip Khazzam, grandson of Ezra, claims that France stopped paying rent on the building to the Lawee family at the behest of Saddam Hussein's regime and owes the Lawees more than $20 million. It appears that the embassy is paying the Iraqi Treasury instead. All Jewish property was nationalized by the Iraqi government and no compensation has ever been paid. The Lawees counted themselves, at the beginning of the 1940s, among Iraq's roughly 150,000 Jews. They lived in one of the great centers of Jewish life, rivaling Krakow and Odesa and Vienna, a community with roots dating back 2,700 years to ancient Babylon, in a city where 1 in 3 residents shared their religion. Then, in the fateful year of 1951, it virtually all disappeared. More than 100,000 Jews were airlifted out of the country amidst rising anti-Semitic repression in the once relatively tolerant Arab society. Most of the Lawees' contemporaries ended up in Israel, like nearly 1 million more Middle Eastern Jews from Morocco to Iran, whose flourishing worlds collapsed in a spasm of recrimination spawned by the creation of the Jewish state in 1948. The Lawee brothers instead brought their families to another great Jewish city, thousands of kilometers away, Montreal. They became proud Canadians in their new home and built a thriving real estate business. But they never forgot Baghdad and Beit Lawee, or Lawee House, the charmed, palm-shaded world that had been stolen from them. Now, more than 70 years later, their grandchildren are seeking justice. Philip Khazzam, grandson of Ezra, is suing the government not of Iraq but of France, which started using the house as its embassy in the 1960s, and then in the 1970s, abruptly stopped paying the family rent at the behest of Saddam Hussein's new regime. Mr. Khazzam and his lawyers reckon the French owe more than $20 million and counting, given that France continues to occupy the Lawee house and pay rent to the Iraqi Treasury. Because of the involvement of a Western, democratic government, it is a rare chance to achieve redress for the billions of dollars in property confiscated from Middle Eastern Jews in the 1940s and 50s, Mr. Khazzam believes. Few would expect the undemocratic regimes of Egypt or Jordan to make good on such claims, but the birthplace of the Enlightenment is perhaps another story. You have France sitting in a house for 55 years, not paying rent to the family that owns it, said Mr. Khazzam. This is a world leader in human rights and this is what they do. Apart from the legal and monetary questions, the family has a desire to stake a moral claim to the vanished world they still hold dear. Beit Lawee, improbably still standing after decades of dictatorship and war, remains a potent symbol of all they have lost. It's not just a house, said Mr. Khazzam. All of us are so proud of our Iraqi heritage. For a long time, it was a magical place for our families to live. France's role. France knowingly used stolen property, effectively legitimating Iraq's anti-Semitic expropriations by never compensating the rightful owners. The bigger picture. Hundreds of thousands of Jews were expelled from Arab countries in the 20th century. They left behind homes, businesses, and entire neighborhoods. Most were never compensated. This case is one of the first to publicly challenge a Western country's participation in that injustice. Why it matters today. This isn't just about rent. It's about recognition. It's about justice. And it's a reminder that the displacement of Jews from Arab lands is not ancient history, it's unresolved history.